So, good day everyone. Today, I'll be answering the first question, which is what is meant by GMO. So, GMO stands for Genetically Modified Organisms. Ito ay tumutukoy sa lahat ng living organisms, kagaya ng plants, animals, or microorganisms, kung saan yung genetic material nila or yung DNA has been altered or has been changed using modern biotechnology. Ginagawa ito ng mga scientists by inserting genes from one species into another to give it a certain desirable trait. For example, a plant can be modified to become resistant to pests, survive droughts, or even to have more nutrients. This process is different from traditional breeding because it's more precise and much faster instead of waiting for natural crossbreeding. So, yung mga scientists, they can directly modify specific genes in the laboratory. In simpler terms, GMOs are organisms that have been scientifically improved to solve certain agricultural or health-related problems. Dito sa Pilipinas, GMOs technology is mainly used sa farming, like BT corn, which fight off insect or pests, or yung golden rice, which help prevent vitamin A deficiency. So when we say GMO, we're talking about living things whose DNA has been purposely altered to improve their traits and help meet human needs, specifically in food production, nutrition, and sustainability.
Ang unang GMO na ating pag-uusapan is ang BT corn. Ito ay nagko-contain ng gene called Bacillus thuringiensis na nagpo-produce ng pest-killing protein, which is nakakatulong sa atin upang nabawasan yung paggamit ng pesticides and mas maraming harvest, mas malinis yung harvest natin dahil nga walang peste. So ito ay nagpo-protect sa mga peste tulad na lamang ng Asian corn borer na nakaka-apekto upang maging pangit yung ating harvest. And noong 2003, ito ay na-commercialize nationwide. Meaning, ito ay nagagamit na sa buong Pilipinas. Yes sir, golden rice. Number 2 is ang golden rice or ang malusog rice. So ito ay engineered to produce beta-carotene. Ito ay co-contain ng vitamin A upang maging consumable natin, which is nakakatulong ito to fight vitamin A deficiency or VAD among Filipino children. Ito ay na-approve ng commercial propagation in 2021, which is yung nagmamanage ng pre-distribute ng ating mga foods sa market, and ayun, ito ay nakakadagdag na nutrition sa pang-araw-araw nating pagkain, hindi lang sa mga bata, kundi sa ating pangkalahatang mamamayang Pilipino. Power. Yes, sir. Okay, so ang next is i-explain ni Angelo Ormilla, which is ang BT eggplant.
So the next example for GMOs in the Philippines is BT eggplant, where it is modified to resist the fruit and shoot for borer pest. It uses the same BT gene concept as the corn and approved for cultivation ever since 2022. The fourth GMO is the rainbow papaya, where it is developed by inserting a gene from the papaya ring spot virus, PRSV, that triggers the plant's own immunity. The GMO papaya is virus resistant, keeping the fruit healthy and stable yield. Field tested in the Philippines by the Institute of Plant Breeding, UPLB, to support local growers hit by PRSV outbreaks.
For question number 4, what are the impacts of GMOs in Philippine society? Present both positive and negative effects on farmers, consumers, the environment, and the economy. For farmers, positive effect, GMOs like BT corn can help reduce pest damage, increasing crop yields and income. For the negative effect, small farmers may become dependent on big seed companies. For consumers, positive effect, GMO crops can be more affordable and available year-round and helping with food security. For the negative effect, there is limited labeling, so consumer may not always know if they are buying GMO products. For the environment, positive effect, less pesticide use means less chemical pollution and safer soil and water. Negative effect, possible risk of crossbreeding with native plants. For the economy, positive effect, higher production leads to better supply and potential export opportunities. Negative effect, importation of GMO seeds may reduce support for native crop varieties. GMOs bring many benefits like higher yields and reduced pesticide use, but but they also raise issues about cause and control and environmental impact. Responsible use and regulation are important to balance this effect in the Philippine society.
Number 3. The key benefits of genetically modified organisms. The development and use of genetically modified organisms offers several potential benefits in agriculture, health, and environmental sustainability. In agricultural benefits, genetically modified crops such as BT corn have demonstrated increased yield and reduced pest-related losses. The decreased reliance on a chemical pesticide not only lowers production costs but also minimizes risk to human health and the environment. Studies have shown that BT corn adoption has led to higher farmer incomes and improvised productivity in the Philippines. This is based on Alliance for Science 2021. In terms of health and nutritional benefits, biofortified crops like golden rice can help address micronutrient deficiencies among Filipinos, particularly vitamin A deficiency among children and pregnant women. By enhancing the nutritional content of staple food, GMO technology contributes to improved public health outcomes. Lastly, environmental benefits. The reduced use of chemical pesticide and herbicides associated with GMO cultivation can lessen soil and water contamination. Additionally, higher crop yields means less land conversion and deforestation, helping to preserve biodiversity and mitigate greenhouse gas emissions. In conclusion, ang mga GMO ay nagbibigay ng maraming benepisyo sa agrikultura, kalusugan at kapaligiran. Sa agrikultura, nakakatulong ito sa mga pananim tulad ng corn sa pagtaas ng ani at pagbabawas ng paggamit ng pestisido. Sa kalusugan naman ng golden rice ay nakatutulong laban sa kakulangan sa vitamina A. Sa kapaligiran naman, nababawasan ng pollution at natutulungan mapanatili ang biodiversity dahil sa mas kaunting paggamit ng kemikal.